Hey guys, before we get to the video, please click that subscribe button. Hey guys, Joshua Griffin here, serving the Middle Peninsula and the Northern Neck of Virginia. And I wanted to do a video that I think we're seeing a little bit of a shift on a couple things that you may not be aware of. A lot of this is speculation, but I think I'm right. So wanted to do a little bit of a video on where things are going with the Daikin and Goodman lineup. And what I mean by that, as far as the communication technology, we're seeing them, I believe, sever ties with Honeywell. So a few years ago, if you needed, a communicating system, if you were putting in a higher end Daikin system, you would put in a ComfortNet thermostat with that, and that was made by Honeywell. And so what we've seen in the past year is Daikin has now come out with their own communicating thermostat called the Daikin One. For more information on that, go to daikin1.com. I'll put a link to that down in the notes. But what we're seeing is, not only have they come out with their own thermostat, but I believe, and I've actually asked, and they've kind of hinted at, they haven't actually said straight out, but I believe they're going to actually phase out the use of the ComfortNet thermostats and lineup. And so what does that really mean to you? Well, it does mean that your options might be a little more limited. I'm hoping that Daikin comes out with, say, the Daikin 2, and maybe it'll be a little bit bigger display, touchscreen, and so on like that, be a little more geared towards those people. The Daikin One seems to be geared towards simplicity. That's got the little dial, kind of old school look, and they're trying to, make it user friendly. And I'm hoping that, to compete with some of these other higher end thermostats, maybe they come out with a touchscreen version of it. And just kind of like the CTK ComfortNet thermostats were. And I'll tell you a little story. I actually toured the Goodman factories a few years ago before they built this big monstrosity of a building that they have now, where they're able to do all this stuff under one roof. They used to be kind of more spread out into separate locations all around the Houston area. And I did a tour of that, and it was cool. And we got to see how things are made and to see that they're actually made in America and all that cool stuff. But the interesting thing was there was a moment when it was actually towards the end of our tour where one of the gentlemen, and I don't know if he's even still there, maybe he is, maybe he isn't, I don't know. But he did say, someone was asking him about some of the, the inverter technologies out there and the communicating stuff. And his response was something to the effect of, we're going to stay in our lane. We're not going to mess with, thermostats. That's kind of what Honeywell does. That's their bread and butter. We're not going to mess with any of that. We make equipment. We're going to do the best we can at that, and then just partner with them. And so, I think the moral of the story is, I think that changed. I think that as, of course, Daikin already owned Goodman at that point, but as they've now come into the U.S. market and introduced a lot of these newer products, I actually got a Daikin One sitting here. So if you want to see what it looks like, that's what it looks like. And so that's what I was talking about. Like especially if someone from Daikin is watching this video, come out with the Daikin 2 and make this display as big as this box. That is my request. But anyway, so I think the shift has been, they did get into the game, if you will. They're now making their own communicating thermostat that is universal. It can be used with all of all their products, the new Fit, a lot of the ductless line, and so on. And I've been told, it's not true yet, but I've been told that the Daikin One will eventually be also you can convert it to being used with 24 volt technology. I don't know if that's true. That's just kind of what I was told. So if you see this video and you say that's not true, sorry. Ultimately, this is it's a great thermostat. There's a lot of things that could be said about it. But ultimately, I think that, you know, it's just to note that they are now in the game, and that I think eventually, and in fact, not too far down the road, I would say that you're not going to see the CTKs being matched with any of the Daikin stuff anymore. So hopefully that helps you, especially if you do have one of the old ComfortNet thermostats. Maybe you're having an issue. You might want to go ahead and get that replaced while you can. And we even called Honeywell recently about setting up some stuff with a CTK. And the person we spoke to actually said, we haven't made one of these thermostats in a while. I've been told that wasn't true, but you know, you get told lots of things, right? So anyway, moral of the story, again, the Daikin One, this is kind of the beginning, I believe. Hopefully it's not the end, and hopefully we see a Daikin 2 or whatever, but you're not going to see the CTK stuff anymore. So hopefully that helps. If you are in the market for a new heating and air system, give Griffin Air a call. We'll give you a free estimate. We'll give you a 12-year parts and labor warranty, which is pretty up there in comparison. And the final thing I'll say is, if you're not in our coverage area, but you're in the market for a new heating and air system, you got to check out my new website. Before you spend thousands, check out this website. I kind of give you all the behind the scenes stuff. I give you stuff that contractors and HVAC manufacturers don't even want consumers to know in some cases. And I've got a whole page called no-nos, things to stay away from, and I think it'll just be a help. It's almost as if I were to have written a book advising you on that, but unlike a book that could become dated and not as up to date, this website, it's always going to be up to date. I'm going to add technology, and as things come out, constantly be adding to the website. So anyway, check out that website. I put a link to it down in the notes. It's newhvacguide.com. And please subscribe. Thanks for watching.